you all are doing well, and thank you so much for joining me early this morning. We just got an order delivered for our groceries, so I'm going to show you a little bit of what we keep in our refrigerator and what we are going to be prepping here pretty soon before I leave for my appointment. And here's everything that we got today in the delivery. So as you can see, we got quite a bit, everything that I would have gotten today if I had gone to the store, but we are super busy today and don't have time. So all the groceries are put away except for the ones that I have laying out right here in the living room on my table. I am going to be cutting them up, making sure that everything is prepped for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That way it's just easy to grab. And then also on the agenda today, I'm going to make some focaccia bread. I'm going to turn it into like a spring garden type feel. So I'm going to prep some of the items for that as well, so everything's ready to go. My thought process was hopefully I can get this all done before I have to get ready for my appointment later. So what I wanted to do was start the bread, and then that way when I come home it's just ready to be kneaded and then sit for a little bit, and then I can just go ahead and decorate it. That's the plan at least. I don't know if it will work out because I have a lot of chopping to do and not much time. The sun has actually just started to come out, so yay. It looks all pretty outside. Just made my coffee for some caffeine boost, so we are all set. Also on our agenda today, we are going to be doing some organizing and getting ready for our summer yard sale. So I like to prep in advance a couple months. I'm actually kind of behind schedule from what I usually do, because I usually start in January, and our annual neighborhood yard sale is usually in June/July. This year everything is organized. Someone in the neighborhood organized all the holidays and different type of gatherings, so we actually know ahead of time when we are going to be doing the neighborhood block yard sale. So that's going to be in June. So I'm going to prep to get ready for that, which is going to take me probably a month to do. Basically all of the ideas that I want to do to get everything organized so it's not scattered. So that should be fun. So that is what is on my agenda today. So without further ado, let's get to chopping.
I'm shutting it down when I pop out. Riding downtown with the top down. Sun's got everybody out now. Yeah. Riding with my girls looking so good. Playing my song, feeling so good. Only good vibes in my book. Yeah. All we wanna do is have a good time. I'm really loving the vibes, feeling so free and alive when I'm outside. And if you want to rewind, it's the summertime.
I have everything cut up and put back into the refrigerator, ready for later on today, as well throughout the week. So I actually do not have any time to get started on the bread, unfortunately, so I'm going to have to start that when I get back from my appointment. But after my appointment, I have to go to the store to get a couple things for it, as well as for dinner that I did forget. So hopefully that will just take about a half an hour, and then we can get started on the bread for dinner. Okay, so without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so we are going to start making this bread. I'm going to start with the yeast, water, honey, and a half a cup of flour, and mix everything together. Okay, so these directions are a lot different than what I'm used to doing with bread, so I'm hoping that this will turn out right because it's a little bit different, but we so far have it the first step completed, and we're going to let it sit for 30 minutes and then come back and hopefully it has risen for a little bit. So meanwhile, I'm waiting for that. I'm going to make my small cup of chicken noodle soup that's homemade. One 3/4 cup water. Five tablespoons of oil. Two cups of unbleached bread flour. And then 3 cups of unbleached all-purpose organic flour. Normally I do this different and I actually stir as I'm going and then keep on putting the flour in, but for some reason this is how the recipe calls for it. And then 1 tablespoon of salt. And mix it all together. Actually, I think I'm going to do this differently and actually start with my hands. This is my first time actually making this type of bread, so I am hoping that this recipe is correct and will turn out correctly. So after I'm done mixing this together, I'm going to be kneading it for about 10 to 15 minutes. And then I'm going to coat the same bowl that I've been using in oil. And then I'm going to cover it for about 2 hours. And then the fun part starts.
To the beach, you can meet me there. Tell me when you get there. Texting this boy with the long hair. Yeah, sky so pretty as the sun sets. Tell me what we're about to do next. No one is ready to go home yet. Yeah, all we wanna do is have a good time. I'm really loving the vibe. It's the summertime. You're caught up in nothing, Wasting your time ain't chasing stars. You live in the moment, carried away from who you are. You're caught up in nothing. Wasting your time ain't chasing stars. You live in the moment, carried away from who you are. 'Cause you're lost in illusions, dreams and confusion. Oh yeah, you keep falling faster, straight for disaster. Ain't chasing stars. You keep falling faster.
Okay, so this bread was an all-day project and it did not turn out right. The directions were completely wrong. So the pan that I needed to use should have been like triple size. So technically they should have asked you to cut the bread in half and then do 2 different types of bread that way. So rather than this bread turning out extremely thin, like a pizza type crust, it turned out like a loaf of bread. But regardless, it was still really good. The next time that I make it, I'm going to try to proof it in the refrigerator and see how well that turns out, but I'm not going to try that recipe. I'm actually going to do a different recipe in the Bible bread book. So we'll see how that one turns out, because every recipe that I made in that book so far has turned out extremely good.
Okay, so it is the next day, and I just wanted to show this dinner that I am currently in the process of making. We are making, it's supposed to be a vegan meal, but I wanted to add chicken, so it's like a warm chicken orzo salad, and I'm just using a bunch of vegetables that I have on hand, as well as some orzo, and cooking it all together and serving it as one dish. And for the dressing, I'm using hummus and lemon with some herbs mixed in together. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I cannot wait to see you in next videos in a couple days. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all enjoy your week. Bye!